Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy, with another set of, I guess I'll call them photo playing cards. This is by National Geographic. It says 52 picture playing cards, spectacular sea life. So they cheated in here, and they put some things that are not sea life, but lake life, which is really curious. I just really wonder about the curation of this set of decks, which I believe I now have all of them. All of the ones that were on my wish list anyway, I'm pretty sure I have. So I had Magnificent Mankind and was it Amazing Animals, Extraordinary Earth, I think, and now I have the Spectacular Sea Life. And of course this is not intended in any way for divination. It was not what they set out to have anything to do with. And they call them playing cards, but see, I can barely make these bend. It's very thick, heavy cardstock for these. So I suspect they meant them, even more than for playing cards, as just sort of flashcard sorts of things for young people getting to know the world, which I dig that. I'm an old person and I like seeing all of the variety too. In fact, I wish that there was more variety. But I can see some potential for this deck for exactly this reason. There are some very amusing faces and characters in here. So let's just walk through. So here's another one. What a joker. Look at that mug, that face. So just like any other facey deck, I can see using it for facey purposes. Jellyfish. And I can't remember what this is. So on the bottoms of these cards, see, it does have information. Triggerfish, Indian Ocean, and then a credit for the photographer. And there it is, the fishy. This is highly suspicious. I don't think that is a snapping turtle. That does not look like a snapping turtle shell to me. Claws are about right, but anyway, that's what they called it, the snapping turtle. School of fish. What are they calling this one? Cardinal fish and cherry blossom anahias, I'm not sure. Another school of fish. One of the things that's kind of interesting as you go through this is that there is potential here for chakra type interpretations with some of the colors. Potential. Maybe not great potential. This is some kind of shrimp. There's supposedly 2 of them there. I'm not seeing it. One of the ways that this kind of lacks variety is there is more than one seal card in here. And this one, of course, distinguishes itself because, you know, they seem to be leaping in and out of the water and they're in a group. But I think at least there's 2 more that are simply portraits. Okay, so here's an amusing one. The eyeballs, what are they calling that? Oh, come on. No? Doesn't want to focus. It's trying to see me. There we go. He's strong. Whatever that is. Something in his shell poking its eyeballs out. We have a diver. Do we have more than 2 divers? Or maybe we have more than 2 surfers. We have the windsurfer. We have the shark cage with some sharks around. We have a weird little creature emerging with its gigantic eye out of the sand. And what are they calling this? A lizard fish. Weird. But again, almost amusingly weird. There's a whale, a humpback whale. Is that the only whale? Might be the only whale. You have a cute little baby sea turtle. More sharks roaming on the loose there. Another pretty little fish. Again, the names can have some interesting potential. Damselfish. Another thing with really wide, bulgy eyes. Sea slugs. And there's another one. But again, look at the colors. The chakra. A leafy sea dragon. And I'm not even sure what part of this is up and down. I think that's the head and that's the tail. Maybe it goes like that. I really don't see any eyes. I kind of wonder if it's a deep sea fish. Just because it seems kind of transparent. Is that for root? Well, it could be sacral chakra too, depending. I think it's more flaming red off camera. On camera it seems like it's a little more orange. A heart chakra fish. And a young woman surfing on her heart chakra. Even the water is kind of green. Walruses. I love those mugs also. This just creeps me out. It looks like a tick to me, and I have Lyme disease, which is carried by ticks. And so when I see this, which is a crab of some variety, it's like, ew, it looks like a tick to me. But again, you know, look at that yellow, that solar plexus yellow. Yet another shark. I think they call it a reef shark. Black tipped reef shark. Baby seal. Some strange fish. I was kind of wondering what that is. What are they calling it? Rango top? No, the webcam says no. Rangalop. Oh, that's the atoll. And it's impossible to see what kind of fish it is. A shark nose goby. Oh no, this is supposed to be a water skier. What is that? Yeah, in Minnesota. The ocean does not in any way connect with Minnesota. And there's a sea lion, again, just a portrait. Do they call that a starfish or a sea star? Anyway, it looks like a starfish to me. A catamaran. Seahorse. Lovely seahorse. Nice, again, solar plexus yellow. We have another shrimp. It feels like there's another card here. Yep. We have a polar bear, which makes some sense to me because they do spend quite a bit of time swimming from ice flows, between ice flows. We have an octopus. That's marvelous. Another seal portrait. Cliff divers. You gotta love this. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And this is a saber-toothed viper fish. So from the Mediterranean. That kind of changes anybody's perspective on the Mediterranean. Supposedly being a less fearsome of the seas. Kind of like this, I like this crab. I like this orangey crab. So again, could be sacral chakra or solar plexus. And here we have a bunch of salomas. Okay, so I think I can see that this could be, so again, if we do chakras and look at that as blue, it can either be throat chakra or third eye chakra, and kind of having a lot on your mind, having lots of ideas, having a lot on your mind, having a lot to say, so interesting. Is there such a thing as a nose chakra? Strange thing, has a horn like a rhino. What is it? Sargassum fish. As we were getting toward the end, I was thinking, are they not going to have any dolphins? Finally, I came to dolphins. Phew! I tend to have, and here's another goby. So some of you who are into aquariums, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I think gobies are aquarium fish. And so that may be, this might be a more interesting, or I can't say more interesting, a more readable, I'll say that, deck to somebody who has an aquarium and is acquainted with these sorts of fish. I think they're calling this an arrow crab. Again, I'll have to use my webcam to look. An arrow crab. That sure doesn't look like a crab. I don't think it looks like anything else either. It looks like it has too many legs to even be a crab. Yep, arrow crab. Weird. And then a horned cowfish. And yay, they have a manta ray, or they're calling it a stingray. Very cool. And then they have another sea slug. I mean, you could probably have a whole deck of sea slugs. They come in many different varieties. But then, okay, so there's the purple, there's your crown chakra. There's another. There's a diver in the purple light, so going into the crown chakra here. And a clownfish. So there you go. There's yet another deck I'm not going to be using anytime soon because it requires some getting to know. So maybe I should start bringing these out in Oracle Rambles also, of these National Geographic decks that kind of the science and geography nerd in me can't resist. Probably the most usable one that so far is the Extraordinary Earth, which I have found is good for body readings. You can lay out cards and get a sense for either what your body needs or things that are amiss. At least I've found that to be interestingly the case. That would be a good deck, now that I think about it, to pair with the herbal tarot. Yeah, but I could see using this because it's got such weird faces and characters, and the colors, as I mentioned, lend themselves to some degree, certainly not in a balanced fashion in terms of having all of the colors equally represented, but does lend itself to some chakra interpretation. All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.